most of them encouraging and grateful for my perspective, some of them completely unhinged or furious with something I'd said. I've posed for pictures, responded to written letters, sent happy birthday videos to fans, signed thousands of books, and I even surprised a guy whose wife begged me to stop by a lunch she had planned across the street from my office on the off chance I'd say yes. That one didn't go well, but that's a story for another time. The blog has been the center of my professional life, and it occupied a great deal of my personal life as well. The blog is what saved me from a career in obscurity, selling stocks to strangers over the telephone. The blog is how I met my mentor, idol, and current partner, Barry Ritholtz. The blog is how the first dozen or so employees who've come to work with us discovered what we were doing. The blog got me columns at Fortune, Forbes, The Wall Street Journal, Yahoo Finance, and elsewhere. The blog got me seen by the television producers at CNN, Fox Business, Bloomberg, and ultimately CNBC, where I've been an on-air persona since 2010 and a contributor under contract with NBC Universal since 2012. The blog established me as a pundit worth listening to. The blog landed me on all the 40 under 40 and most influential lists. The blog opened doors to me all over the world, changed my life, and according to many investors and fellow advisors I have heard from over the years, it's also changed theirs. And that's why this book is so meaningful to me. Because when I write here and elsewhere, I'm not just talking about finance or money, stocks or bonds. I'm talking about my life, your life, what all this investing in money in motion is supposed to mean. What is the point? How does it work? Why should we care? How should we think about it? What is it all leading to? What are we trying to achieve? I hope to help you answer some of these questions for yourself with what you're about to hear. I hope to educate and entertain you on the way to uncovering these answers. And most of all, I hope to convey how helpful this process is for me, as I am also in search of these answers right alongside you, still after all these years. The Wall Street Journal's Jason Zweig once said, "The longer I'm doing this, the more I realize I don't know." Similarly, I think I figured out quite a few important things along the way, and these are the things I'll be telling you about over the next few hours. But it's never over, which is why the writing continues. Let's begin. Joshua M. Brown, Long Island, New York, April 2024. Just own the damn robots. 5 ranks of 10 machines each swept their tools in unison across steel bars, kicked out finished shafts onto continuous belts. Paul unlocked the box containing the tape recording that controlled them all. The tape was a small loop that fed continuously between magnetic pickups. On it were recorded the movements of a master machinist turning out a shaft for a fractional horsepower motor. He'd been in on the making of the tape, the master from which this one had been made. He had been sent to one of the machine shops to make the recording. The foreman had pointed out the best man. What was his name? And joking with the puzzled machinist, had been hooked up to the recording apparatus. Hertz. That had been the machinist's name, Rudy Hertz, an old-timer who had been about ready to retire. And here now, this little loop in the box before Paul, here was Rudy, as Rudy had been to his machine that afternoon. Rudy, the turner on of power, the setter of speeds, the controller of the cutting tool. This was the essence of Rudy as far as his machine was concerned. Now, by switching in lathes on a master panel and feeding them signals from the tape, Paul could make the essence of Rudy Hertz produce 1, 10, 100, or 1,000 of the shafts. Kurt Vonnegut, player piano. There's something insidious going on in the psyche of investors that deserves a lot of the credit for today's bull market, and almost no one is talking about it. But I will. the first American retirement.